Now everybody wants to go to heaven, nobody is ready to die.
Just because when we take a longer time, it doesn't mean that we are being quiet, but we are working towards something.
If you have like clarity of the goal that you have, or like if you have like a go to determination into achieving your goal, nothing is ever going to stop you.
Moving on to the second segment of our podcast, Achieving Goals and Ambitions. My first question is for Sanjay. What distinguishes those who consistently achieve their goals from those who struggle to do so? And how can an individual adopt successful goal setting habits?
Okay, so to tell you about this, I'll take an example by myself, because I felt quite a lot, when it comes to certain things that I've done in my life, and then including the fact that I studied hospitality and then that failed into becoming someone in sports, and also to tell you, failures are like is something that you're going to learn out of. Where if I tell you an example, I had like about 8 to 10 athletes who had stopped sports after they signed with me. So they continue, and then at some point they kind of get demotivated, or maybe because of the whole the political part of sports in Sri Lanka, they kind of quit. So at that point, like what I believe is that if you have like clarity of the goal that you have, or like if you have like a go to determination into achieving your goal, nothing is ever going to stop you. Because as another example, I would tell you that in Sri Lanka or in South Asia, there was this myth saying that none of the Sri Lankans or a South Asian can run under 10 seconds. But now we have a Sri Lankan who has run under 10 seconds, which is something that is it's a huge achievement. Like out of the 204 countries in athletics, we have one Sri Lankan out of the 190 or 200 odd athletes who had run under 10 seconds for like the past 2000 to 3000 years. So that is like a big achievement for the country. So I'm sure that he failed quite a lot of times, but everything that kept him going was the fact that he had a goal, and that the goal was to run under 10 seconds one day. So failures are definitely going to come, but if you have a clarity on the goal that you want to achieve, nothing is going to stop you. That is like something that I also learned from Yupun, because he he has a crazy mindset. He's like he has this very driven mindset in order to achieve the goals that he want to achieve. So as an athlete, you definitely need to have that. Me being an athlete back then, I knew that I never had that kind of determination at that time. So now it has come into me that whatever the goal that you have right now, you can achieve it someday. Because I was actually the youngest sports manager to represent a Olympian. So that is like something, even though I didn't realize it, it eventually happened. So if I like quit at some point, like saying that for me, I never even took a salary during my first 2 years in my company. So I made sure that I keep my goal straight, and then kept driving me through.
Really good. Really interesting to hear these type of things, these type of stories. Is there anything that the two of you would like to add?
Like say, you have to be in it to win it, right? So most people, or even we were the same. We were like, we like to do, and everybody wants to go to heaven, nobody is ready to die, right? So we were also the same. We were like not willing to quit the job, or what's next, or promotion, we can go there. That's what we used to always think, right? But at some point, you set your goal and you get out of that, and you
have to take a chance.
Yeah, you have to take a chance. Failures can be pillars to success, or can be the pillars to more failures as well, if you don't learn from those. And setting goals, like you need to know where you are heading towards, and anything else, sometimes we start concentrating on unnecessary things. Those will drag you behind, but only thing is we need to focus where we are heading towards. So if you look at cricketers like Virat Kohli, you know, you can see the fire in them. Right?
Yeah.
So that's something drives even us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just by watching.
Yeah, by watching them, or even Yupun. Yeah. So these guys are great examples for us to just, you know, if you have to win it, you go for it. Yeah.
Thanks. My next question is for Shivani. How do you navigate the balance between ambition and patience in the pursuit of long-term goals? Because a lot of people want, you know, instant results, and that's never the case, right? There's a lot of work that goes in. I'm sure, like if you take Yupun, for example, breaking that 10-second barrier, it's work that he has put in for years and years, right?
Yeah.
So what would you say is the balance there?
Yeah, I think this applies to me. It's very well. It's very relevant to me because I think there's a saying called long-term success requires strong foundation. So in that long-term success is what I consider that as ambition, and your strong foundation becomes your patience. Because when I like evaluated that particular saying or the statement, I realized that the long-term success comes only when you have an ambition or when you have a desire to achieve something and you're set to that goal, what he just mentioned. When you're so focused about your goal, you just tend to disregard all of that around you and you run towards it. So the long-term success is a result of your ambition, and the strong foundation, what refers to patience, is because the more you're patient, your learning is a lot. So for me, as a business owner or a brand owner, I took like almost 3 years because a lot of people started questioning me, why Mercy is not on a supermarket shelf, why we are not doing exports. Because for me, I was not interested to like earn money. My interest was something totally irrelevant to all those competitors who were in the market. For me, I was very focused about achieving a greater vision, which is to stage Sri Lanka in the global hot sauce map. For me to work on that, I need to drill down all the goals beyond. And furthermore, I was very in tune to, educate my customers what hot sauce is, because without knowing that, how can I sell a product in the market? So with all that, I thought I took my own time. Yes, I took my own time, but I took with greater responsibility because I did everything as possible and have laid the foundation. And now I can see it's paying me back, you know, little by little. Now I see the limelight outside the tunnel. So I do see there's great opportunities coming my way. So just because when we take a longer time, it doesn't mean that we are being quiet, but we are working towards something, and that will definitely pay us back one day. And you have to be always focused. Yeah. That's all it matters. So like I think your question also has like kind of strategies what we can work on and how we can do. So the first thing what I did was from the time I launched Miris, I had this one big goal on the top, and I broke down all the goals underneath, and I broke it down to small long and short term goals. So like I told you, in Sri Lankan context, it's hard to achieve goals on time, but but make sure that you achieve those goals. It can be short or long, but as long as you achieve, because those goals will be your milestones. Yeah. So once you achieve that short-term goal, that will be your long-term goals milestone. So you go further on, right? But you ensure you achieve it somehow. So you put a tick on your goal, then you are done with it. So that's how I follow up on my goals. And furthermore, celebrate little success. I do that. I know. I love to celebrate every single success, little to big, anything I would say. Not that I boast about it, but I celebrate. Yeah. So that, you know why? My customers who supported me, they know what I'm doing, and they are confident that I can do much more better than this, and they are informed about all what I'm doing. Yeah. So they also celebrate with me, and there are customers who just wish and celebrate and, you know, share that in the, like a community. It's a because I'm talking about 9 Miris addicts, so I want to create that kind of vibe around my customers. So through this, you celebrate and you be happy about what you're doing. Well, that's all what matters. End of the day, you motivate yourself, right? And have an open mind for growth. Always be ready to learn. Always humble yourself. be nice to yourself. Yes, patience takes a lot of time. Sometimes it's very frustrating. I have a lot of overwhelming moments at home because with children it's hard. With kids, sometimes it's hard for me to also achieve those little things. But it's good to be nice to yourself as well. And be open to learn as much as possible, because that's all what has helped me today. Learn from your staffs, laborers to your mentors and anyone around you. That's all I grab for myself as treasure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and my final question for this segment is for Sujeev. Can you provide insight into the importance of celebrating small victories, like she said, on the path to achieving large ambitions? That was a great segue into this question. Yeah.
So she just started explaining. Why don't you continue?
You can copy paste that answer if you want.
Yeah. So like every step in your success needs to be celebrated. Okay. We at our office, even if you get a laptop, you have to give a treat. So we have in the whiteboard, we have list of names like 12 pending treats from laptops. Even if you buy an iPhone for testing, if the tester gets it, tester needs to. Yeah, so that's the level we go into. See, every time we achieve something, we try to celebrate, because it gives some sort of satisfaction to you. I was very bad at celebrations until one of my colleagues, I was working with him, and then previous company. So he was wearing a Mont Blanc pen. You're like, hey, that's a very expensive pen. Yeah. He's like, Sujeev, it's a gift to myself. I bought it for me. And I was like, oh, that's great. And I started thinking, I never do that for me. Okay. And also I'm very bad. I would miss my wife's birthday. But she will never miss. She will always give something, celebrate. She would know the day we met. She would know the day,
anniversary,
everything,
which
I don't remember. Okay. So later on, I realized, after being with her as well as with some of my friends, celebrations actually uplift you. Otherwise, your life is always monotonous, right? Everything is going. You don't get recognized for anything. We don't post anything like this person is so and so. So it helps you like get satisfaction. So at some point, when people started leaving our organizations, during the first 2 years of our operation, we used to even give gold coins to them, thanking them. Okay, and then we would throw a party even when they are leaving. So they would go to other countries and they would refer clients to us. So these celebrations actually help us. So we are going to have the 6th anniversary party next week, 9th of February.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So in that, we have planned to give awards to the 5-year celebrations, like gold coins, plus ex-employees also we are calling, who helped us even after leaving. We are recognizing them. Okay. So like in that way, these guys, all of them are anyway in touch with us. We are making sure we are also respecting them for doing that. What I always believe is, we know only a little, right? As a team, the team brings
a lot
to us. Okay. So what I always tell my team lead or the person in charge is, you are the CEO of that company. You take decisions. Bonus is for your team, not for individuals. Okay. Share it reasonably. Okay. If somebody is not performing well, don't let them go. So you have to celebrate as a team. That is what we always embrace internally. And then, like she said, you need to celebrate for others to know as well. So we do all of those as well now, where I was bad at it earlier.
But it takes us back to that process of learning, over time, a period of time. Is there anything that you would like to add to?
No, I mean, I don't practice this at all.
Okay.
So I'm going to start doing it after today.
Yeah.
Yay, that's good.
That's good to hear. If you enjoyed that video, make sure to like and subscribe to the GEP YouTube channel. And we also have a bunch of very interesting practical short courses which are related to the episodes from the podcast. So stay tuned.